Welcome back to another episode of the BambooSZN Podcast. I am your host, sober wellness coach Dorian Warmsley, the podcast where you'll hear real, raw stories from me and my guests to help you feel inspired on your growth of journey. Anyways, my guest today is a DJ and also a canine handler. What is that? I have no idea. Let's figure it out today. I bring you Miss Tina Turnbull.
Where's the air horn?
There it is.
Thank you. You know, our DJs love, what we love the most is when you come up and you're like, oh, you're a DJ? Wicked. Just come up and do that or an air horn and you'll like really make us love you.
I don't have a fucking air horn. I guess I could download it. I'm going to download an app.
I'm being completely sarcastic.
No, I'm going to use it now every time I see you.
But they'll just roll their eyes.
Oh. So, Miss Tina Turnbull. So you are a DJ. How long have you been a DJ?
Since 96. And I haven't really done
years.
the math. I think more than that.
It's like 2020. Oh, 30.
Yeah.
Shit.
They say that 20 years of doing something makes you an expert or something like that. But yeah.
Wow, 96. That's a good time in life.
Yeah. No, I started at the right time. Like I got to experience just all vinyl, none of the technology, nothing, just turntables, vinyl. I started out in the turntablist scene, which is just like scratching records and doing battles and using the turntable as an instrument to speak, to talk with scratching.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, that was before my time.
Was it? How old are you?
34.
That was your time.
I was 5 in 96. So, I mean.
Well, it still goes on today. There's battles. There's the DMC championships. This is all still happening. It's just kind of a subculture.
Damn.
Yeah.
And so I thought the cool thing was when you told me you were DJs, like it's not really, I don't know if it's not really, but it's not too many females you meet. Because I would like to think it's a male-dominated field of work, I guess.
You know, it used to be a lot more so. Like when I started back then, there were like no women.
MC Light.
It was
she's
rare.
MC, but
for DJs.
Yeah.
Now there's a lot more women, which I think is great. But yeah, I remember it's so sexist, you know, or it used to be, and it still is. Like I remember going into Guitar Center and going to buy some needles, which is what you put on a turntable and put it on the record, and you have to get new ones every so often. I walked in, I'm like, hey, I need to get some needles, and the guy's like, oh, what kind of needles does your boyfriend use?
Damn.
I was like, I use M44/7s, you know, and just those kinds of things, that treatment is what used to be so common everywhere you went.
When was this, last week?
Or the most common thing is, oh, you're a DJ? How'd you learn? Did your boyfriend teach you? I'm like, why do people assume that? Like I had to learn from a guy, you know?
I mean, well, who did you learn? Who did you learn from?
I did. So how I learned was I would tag along with my sister when I was like 15. And at her friend's house, there were some turntables left behind from his cousin. And she's like, oh, here's something for you to do. So they could like go smoke pot or whatever. And so I'm like, cool. They're like, here's some records. Here's how you put them on. And then I just had fun doing it. And I kept playing records and messing around. And then he was like, oh, you should go to this DJ battle and watch. It was his cousin's turntables. And then I went to the battle and I was like, what? This is like a whole thing? Like there's battles for this? There's a community, there's a culture. And then I was just sucked in. And then I convinced him to let me borrow the turntables at my house. And then it just kind of kept progressing. But yeah, I met his cousin eventually. And he told me to sign up for a class at the local church that another DJ, his name's DV1, was teaching like scratching. And then I kind of met at the battles some other people that were like, yeah, you can come practice with us. And, you know, everyone was just like open arms kind of thing. There's definitely a lot of competition and a lot of that too, but I was lucky when I got into it, everyone was super cool. It was in Seattle. So the hip hop scene in Seattle was great.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know they listened to hip hop out there.
And I guess, you know, I learned later when Macklemore came out, when Macklemore got big.
He's from Seattle?
Yeah. And my friend was like, you know Ben? I'm like, no, I don't think. He's like, yeah, because whenever there were events in Seattle for turntablism, for battles, it was everything. It was graffiti, b-boys, DJs, all in one event. And so he's like, yeah, you know, Ben was always at the events, MC battles, everything. And I'm like, huh.
Who's Ben?
That's Macklemore.
Oh, really? Damn.
Yeah.
He's from Seattle. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. We've got Sir Mix-a-Lot, Mixmaster Mike. Sorry, no. I don't know what I was thinking. Sir Mix-a-Lot, Macklemore, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden.
Nirvana's from Seattle.
You didn't know? Seriously?
No. That Smells Like Teen Spirit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I only know those kind of songs really because of where I work. And I got to play certain music sometimes.
Ooh, let's talk about that for a second. When I joined, can I say where you work? You're acting like it's a
Yeah.
secret. Okay, when I joined Orange Theory, that was a huge selling point for me was the music. The jams are like on point. The mixes and everything are like legit. So that's literally one of my favorite parts of coming to Orange Theory.
Thank you. You could just say me. You don't say everybody, but my class you like because of my music. Thank you. You know, it's something that I work on. It's an art. And it really is an art, which people don't understand. It's one thing to be, you got personality and all that, but if you don't play the right music, which is hard because you got to read the room, and out of 12, 20 people, you can't please everybody, but you got to try to find that sweet spot to where, and you know what's shocking is that one day I went around and asked people one time, it's like, hey, what kind of music you like to work out to? And you'd be shocked at the kind of music people, I guess it's judgy. I don't know. Or just, yeah. Because there's certain people who had said certain things. I'm like, really? Like
what's the most shocking thing?
What do you mean? What's the most shocking?
What's the most shocking type of music someone said they want to work out?
One person said country. And I'm like, you're never getting that in this class. Not in mine. I'm sorry. But just people, I guess it's being judgy. But based off how they look or seem, there are some who like, I like that Rick Ross, or I'm like, really? And never would have guessed. There's this woman named Marsha. She's 70 something from Kentucky. She has a little accent, and she loves. What came on? I think it was Too Short. And after class, she came up to me with her little accent. Hey, Dorian, what was that song called that you just played? You just played Blow the What? And I'm like, oh wow. And she fucking loved it.
Too Short's one of my all-time favorite.
Really?
I'm not a big dancer in the club if I'm hanging out in the club, but
you do.
Too Short, Shake That Monkey, Blow the Whistle comes on.
And you go dance. You shake. You go, yeah.
And I have the best, like Too Short, when I was DJing at Privé in Vegas, all night people are coming up to the DJ booth. Oh, it's my birthday, this, that. Do you have a mic? I'm like, and my best response is, sorry, I don't have a microphone. And then Too Short comes up to the booth and is like, hey, you got a mic? I grab the mic and I'm like, oh. And he grabs it, jumps up on the DJ table and is like, yo, Vegas, what's my favorite word? And then I like went into a whole medley of Too Short songs. It was the best.
That's a good time.
Yeah.
What was Privé? Is that Caesars?
It was not open. It was open maybe a couple years. It was in Planet Hollywood.
Okay.
It was a good time.
Damn.
Yeah.
So you grew up in Seattle. You became a DJ in 96. You're a young kid. Was that in your family at all? Into music, anybody?
No, my dad grew up in Alaska. I guess he listens to talk radio. My mom grew up, so I'm half Chinese. My mom grew up in China.
Really?
And that always surprises people, but I swear I'm not adopted. She has I had zero musical influence growing up. Like there was no music playing in the house. Even in the car was just talk radio. My mom loves Celine Dion.
Okay.
That's literally the only artist I can think of that she likes. So yeah, no, I never had any of that.
And so how did your journey go for being a DJ? So you started off at the church learning, you got better. When did you move here, or did you start doing bigger events in Seattle first, then you came here?
So I was just doing scratching and DJ battles in Seattle. I never mixed a single record ever, which is like, mixing two together to like actually make people dance.
Yeah.
So I didn't know how to make people dance. It was like at a battle, you have 3 minutes, you've been practicing this routine for maybe 2 months. And then you get up in front of a crowd and a panel of judges and everyone's standing there and the spotlight's on you and you do your routine and you talk a little shit.
I'm guessing it's kind of like, have you seen Juice?
Yes.
Like
exactly.
that?
Yeah.
When Q went and he was at his DJ thing, okay. Got it.
So then when I left and went to college at Washington State University, I was in my dorm room, and I remember I had turntables on shelves because it was so small. I couldn't actually set everything up. And so I had one turntable above the other on shelves and was scratching, practicing in my room, and someone knocked on my door. They're like, hey, so I can hear you, and there's like scratching and stuff, and like you're really good, but have you ever like played at a club? Like we have a DJ club, like, an extracurricular club where they get together and play records. He's like, you should come to our DJ club. I was like, yeah, but I don't know how to mix. And so I kind of like tried to get some records and went to this DJ club. It was like in a basement at the university, and there's people studying, and people would sign up for like 15-minute slots or whatever, maybe 30-minute slots. And I had my little crate of records. And I was so bad. Like first 2 records, I just had no idea how to mix, but I wanted to like, get involved and meet some people. The first 2 records, it was literally like in a movie, like, and like all the people studying are like, what is that? Like everyone stopped and looked, and it was super embarrassing, but you work through it. And then I just practiced, and I met some DJs who were like, I basically shadowed a DJ it's in Pullman, Washington. His name was DJ Goldfinger, and he's like, come to the club. I wasn't even 21 yet, so I couldn't even leave the DJ booth, right? So he's like, hang out in the DJ booth and just watch what I do. And it was fascinating because he's like, all right, you see those 2 guys in the back corner over there? I'm going to play this song to make them go get those girls to come dance. And it's like literally like a puppeteer, So
Wow.
I was not just like paying attention to like mixing or technical. I was paying attention to the way he like looked at the room and the way he warmed up in the early part of the night and progressed into the later part. And so, yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. The mixing's just, and nowadays, like no one even really ever learns to mix. It's just like automated. So why are you looking at me like that?
I'm just listening, letting you finish your point.
Oh.
I've gotten real good at being an active listener.
Okay.
Eye contact's very important. And what brought you to Vegas?
So fast forward, I learned how to mix. Maybe 6-10 years of practicing. I got good at mixing and started doing clubs in college. Started doing frat sorority parties. Like I was just lugging tons of crates and mixing records all night and learning how to make people dance in like rock clubs, right? Then when it came time to graduate, it was Cypress Hill's DJ Muggs, that we were like backstage, and he's like, so, I was telling him, yeah, I'm about to graduate. I think I want to move to LA. He's like, yeah, you have to. Like, you have to take yourself out of your little pond and go be the small fish in a big pond. And he kind of gave me some advice about standing out. He's like, you got to be like the Gwen Stefani of DJing. Like, no one's going to remember the DJ with a ponytail. You know what I mean? Just basically like try and stand out, like, and, try and find your style and your niche and stand out, because LA had a ton of DJs and I was brand new. So I started doing the Hollywood circuit. And this is flash forward going at the time on Craigslist and finding like open mics to lug all my DJ equipment to and set it up and play to nobody, right? Sleeping on my friend's couch, just literally trying to like get myself out there anywhere that I could in LA. So there was that part. Then I finally started getting gigs.
When was this? Like the 90s, 2000s?
This was probably 2004.
Okay.
Early 2000s. No, I graduated college in 2006. Sorry.
You just making shit up.
I'm bad with timelines, but I got a job at a magazine. It was a DJ lifestyle magazine called BPM Magazine, and that opened all the doors for me as far as like Los Angeles and the people to know. I was working the guest list at like some hot clubs, and so people wanted to be friendly with me because I could get them in, and so I was getting a lot of cards, and then my boss, they started using me at their events to DJ. And then I met DJ AM, who was a huge mentor for me, and he really like put me on and started a label and brought DJs onto his label or his booking agency, and And so yeah, that all happened. And then Vegas. So all these DJs at that time, this was about 2008. DJs were locking in these $1 million contracts for a year DJing at one spot as a resident in Vegas. AM had one at the Palms, and I would go with my friends to like support them at their audition. And I was like, man, this is what I want. You know, I want to do this. So then I decided to move to Vegas and like chase that mega club residency. And on the way to Vegas, I got hired at Tao. Like literally on the drive, the music director's emailing me back like, hey, why don't you come in when you get into town and do an audition? So then I started DJing at Tao, then Marquee, and then Pure, and like all of the spots.
Damn.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah, it happened like right away, which is great. I definitely wasn't expecting that, but.
Did you get the big contract for residency? Did you have a residency anywhere?
I did. I didn't do it like a year residency, but I had a residency. Well, I played at Marquee for like the first 3 years they were open.
Really?
Yeah, but they didn't like lock me in for a year. It was just, that's how long I played there.
Damn, we were probably there at the same time. I was going to Marquee when I had a fake ID, but I was going the first 2.
When they first opened?
Yeah.
You weren't 21?
No.
Oh my God, I feel so old.
I had a fake ID. I remember when they opened, and I used to go. I was going every Monday, Party Rock Mondays. I was going every Monday. I was so broke and ratchet. Like, we would go early because ladies drink free until 10. So then our homegirls would go. We'd go early. We'd be there at 9 o'clock. First one's in the club. And they get free drinks and give them to us. And sometimes we would go early. Oh, my God. Drinking E&J. We would go super early, get our stamp for re-entry, go back to the car, drink in the car, drink E&J.
Well, I don't know what E&J is.
You know what E&J is? It's a brandy. It's very cheap. It's like $7, $8. It's like, it's worse than Hennessy. It's just like ratchet. That's all you need to know. And we would just drink that to get lit because it's $8. You know, it's nothing to buy a bottle of that. And then local, you get free, and it was a good time. I went there for my 20th birthday. I went there. I had a fake ID. My 20th birthday, I went there to see Cascade.
Nice.
Yeah, my friend got us, I don't know how he got us on the guest list or what, but I remember seeing Cascade there when I was 20. But yeah, probably at the same time at one point, didn't even know it.
You know,
Damn.
The nightclub scene was so different than like they would have industry nights where you'd go to Marquee and like every other club would have a table of all their staff there just getting free bottles. Like when I first moved to Vegas, I was still trying to get out there and get gigs. So in that time we used CDs.
Damn.
So I had a purse full of CDs, mixed CDs that every security guard, every door guy, bathroom attendant, like I was literally just like, because, you know, I just want people talking about me. And I miss the days of being able to have mixed CDs because it's physical, right? It never just like disappears. It ends up on someone's desk or it ends up somewhere, passed along to different people in your car. It's always like a talking piece, and you could design the artwork on the cover and put websites and logos and everything on it. And now it's just like there's nothing tangible to give people. Actually, speaking of that, I have this for you.
What is that? Show it. What is it?
It's a shaker.
Turn it so I can see. Tina T. Thank you. Wow.
Yeah, every year I make something now mostly I'm doing like corporate corporate events, and so I always send I'll send a box of, every year it's different, whether it's t-shirts or coffee mugs, and I'll send it to like the office where there's like 8 different agents there and hit them all at once. And
You're smart.
Yeah, because I like stuff that like it was, speaking of the CDs, like stuff that'll stick around, stuff that'll stay on someone's desk and they can talk about it, you know?
I like that like what you said earlier about the club scene. I used to work for One Oak. I worked there for like a month. And yeah, because I was like a promoter. I was a hoe too. But I was a promoter, and I was just turned 21. And we had to walk. I didn't know this was the part of the job. So at that point in my life, I wasn't as outgoing I was outgoing, but I wasn't willing to just talk to people. Like, so he would send us to different locations. Like, okay, you two are going to Caesars. You two are going to Planet Hollywood. You two, a fashion show. And we just walk for X amount of hours and just get names for the guest list. Mm-hmm. Then we'd finish the shift and we have to come back at night in a suit and stand near One Oak by the Mirage for last minute guest passes and shit. I wasn't a fan of it.
Yeah.
No.
I never.
I worked like a week and now I didn't go back. I was like, I'm good. But maybe 2 weeks, but during the time, that's where I was really into the club. When I had fake ID and when I first turned 21, like you said, every day I was at the club because every day was a different industry. Monday was Marquee. Tuesday was Chateau when Chateau was open. Wednesday was, I think, Surrender was open. Thursday was Tryst and One Oak. And Sunday was The Bank. And I remember every day I was at one of those places because you'd be like, hey, I work at One Oak. We're here to, they let you in free drinks and all that.
It's a crazy lifestyle.
What a time.
And at that time, that was literally my job, was being out partying, giving out mixtapes, taking shots with the music director, like FaceTime and like broing down. That was my job. That's how I got gigs. Now, because this was before like people only use social media to promote themselves.
Yeah.
Back then, you actually had to go out and like spend FaceTime, meeting people and hanging out. People book who they like hanging out with.
It's crazy because as you say that, I believe it. And it's also like, it can go both ways to where I think there's advantages now of having social media to promote yourself.
Oh, yeah.
But also on the flip side, what you said, that in-person interaction, because I can see you on social media, like, wow, she's pretty, she's a DJ, she's doing these cool events, and then meet you in person and we just don't connect for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
And now you book them based on what you see and then you meet them in person. So it's kind of like, I kind of do miss the aspect of having to actually physically do work and meet somebody in person, make a real connection first.
But the cool thing about social media is that it's free, right?
Yeah.
It just takes your time, but you can really because I have a marketing degree and this was before social media. So everything is like kind of out the window.
Hook me up. What's going on? I've known you for like a few weeks now.
When I was in school, it was like traditional marketing, like print ads in newspapers and bulletin boards and those things cost thousands of dollars, right? Like you can't afford to do that if you're just a DJ coming up. And social media, it's like you can reach millions of people for zero.
Yeah, true.
And that's incredible. That's great. And it puts us all on an even playing field when it comes to marketing, really. It's just how creative can you get and how much time and effort do you want to put into it?
Earlier you mentioned about you pretty much clubbing was your life. Did you get into any type of heavy drinking or drugs during that period of your life?
I never got into like heavy drugs. Drinking when you're DJing like 5 nights a week, at the end of the week, you're like, oh, wow, I drank like every night this week. So it catches up with you because, couple drinks but 5 nights in a row. So yeah, I was drinking a lot. I wouldn't say it ever became like a problem. It's just like, there's something about, when you're DJing, you're kind of trying to connect with the crowd and like loosen up and have fun. And so drinking is so helpful for that. And then I remember, there was like years where I was just drinking all the time, DJing. And then I was like, I'm just going to, take a year. Because a lot of DJs were kind of starting to kind of go sober. It became like a thing. And the hard part with that is, I would get flown into a city somewhere to DJ, and then the owner of the club comes to the DJ booth with shots. And it just feels so disrespectful to be like, no, because all the hospitality and bringing you there. But I learned that it's all in the way that you say, it's all in the way that you turn it down. So if someone's like, do you drink? Instead of saying no, you just say, oh, I've been sober for 2 years. Because no one has anything to say back to that. You don't like come back to that with, come on, just one.
Yeah.
If you're like, oh, I'm not drinking tonight, you'd be like, come on. Oh, I'm hungover. Oh, come on. Like they'll always find something. So if you just, oh, I've been sober, people usually will respect that.
Do you drink now?
I do, but it's like a glass of wine with dinner.
Nice.
If I go out, my drink of choice is kettle soda lime. Low sugar.
I don't know what kettle soda lime is.
It's just like a vodka.
Oh, like kettle vodka.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, also back to I know you still DJ, but those years you're talking about, you mentioned broing down, all that. You being a female, was there situations to where the promoter or whoever's in charge tried to use like you got to hook up with me to get this gig, or that kind of situation ever happen? If you're allowed to speak on it.
Yeah, I can. It wasn't in the nightclub scene. It was, and I won't say who the artist was, but a major recording artist was, and it wasn't him, it was his manager or whoever was coordinating and trying to get the talent for him. So he travels with the band, with the DJ. So there was an audition in LA. I didn't get the audition, and then I got a call like a year later, like, hey, we got a show, I don't even remember where it was, like Arizona or something. Can you come open for him? And I was like, yeah. Put together this whole kind of scratch, like mixing, like opening thing. It's like, oh, you killed it. And then after the show, he's like, so-and-so needs you to, you know, go with him up to his room for like some female attention. And I was like, that's not going to happen. He's like, well, you know, if you want to like this to continue into more and like go on tour, then that's kind of, you need to show him some, you know, some female attention. And at the time, my manager was a woman and she was there with me. And I'm like looking at her like, are you hearing what I'm hearing? Like, this is crazy. And the worst part is his whole band were women, the drummer, guitar, bass. Oh, wow. So I'm like thinking, you know, did all these, like, I don't know if they did or they didn't, but the fact that they're using, I mean, I just kept thinking, why doesn't he just go get like a prostitute? Why would you want to be trying to sleep with the people you're working with, you know? That just seemed
horny,
dumb.
man. They don't be thinking.
But I was like, well, I guess I'm not going on tour. And then I thought, you know, not everyone is in a position to turn down work, right? You get so many people coming to LA, like trying to get these opportunities. They need that gig, and I can see how people be like, all right, you know. So that's just so horrible, and it really, like, I guess that was my Me Too moment or whatever. But you know, it was, I think that's happening out there.
Has it been anything like that been an issue with you being a female in the male-dominated industry? And you're working in these clubs, different places, has that ever been an issue? Like them not wanting you, maybe not equal opportunity, you feel like, or maybe them not thinking you're as good or taking you serious?
Oh, yeah. In the beginning, for sure. There were literally clubs that did not hire female DJs. And they didn't do it because they didn't trust that they would be able to come in and like get the job done.
Damn.
Yeah.
And you out here breaking barriers.
Yeah. Now I don't really hear that, but that was a thing.
I think now it'd be more, to me, it'd make more sense to have a female. Almost like if it's an attractive female, whatever, that's going to bring the crowd, even more crowd.
Well, the thing I don't understand is like DJing's not like a physical thing where we need to be separated by men and women. Like women actually have better multitasking skills. Like they do. I'm just saying. And so the whole like trying to
ChatGPT about that.
Good. The whole separation doesn't make sense. This isn't sports. It's something that is very easily just equal, you know. But there's certain industries. Actually, I thought about when you were talking about clubs and the door promoters. A crazy male-dominated thing is the VIP hosts.
Oh yeah.
And I actually have a girlfriend that was a VIP host, and she told me the stories because I was like, wow, you're like literally the only one I've ever known, ever seen anywhere. And she would say, she's like, well, here's why. She said, you know, you're dealing with clients that are like texting you, and then if you're a good-looking woman, they're just like texting you, flirting with you, and you have to like play into it. Because if you shut them down hard, they're not going to use you.
Yeah.
So she had to deal with so many men, just even when they're not in Vegas, like messaging her, hey, and she has to like play along with them all. And the guys don't get that. Do you think any of these guys coming to Vegas are like trying to text the guy VIP hosts like outside of trying to get in or get a bottle? Like, hey bro, what are you up to? What are you wearing? You know, like no. But if you're a woman in that position, it's gonna be bad. So damn. I thought that was interesting.
That is. I don't know, man. It's never going to end. It's not. It's just, especially if we live in Vegas and then people who have money, those are the ones feel they're more entitled to certain things just because they have more funds to spend. To me, and I don't know. I think women are too smart to think that like, oh, he's coming to spend 20 grand on a bottle. That's the kind of guy I want. That make sense?
Mm-mm.
No, it doesn't make sense. What I'm saying doesn't make sense, or it doesn't. What I'm saying is, there's people who will come and spend thinking that's flaunting is gonna be attractive to the woman.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Granted,
it is to some women.
That's what I'm saying. It's to some who ain't got nothing else to. They got nothing for themselves. They're like, oh yeah, he's got money, but I don't know. I don't think high quality women are tripping off that.
You see all the tables with men, and then they got like 10, women just hanging out in their table. Like, that's pretty much the common, So I don't know. I feel like that's all just normal. It's weird that I like literally feel like that's all I know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That kind of lifestyle and seeing all those things in clubs. I feel like as a DJ, I almost see kind of like the worst of society come out, because you're seeing people drunk. You're dealing with people coming up to you all night, and just you're seeing a lot of the worst in people, basically. But you also see great. I don't want to just be like Debbie Downer. I've seen some great things too, but you just see a lot.
How is it when they come up to you for requests?
Horrible. Like, I don't understand why some people. I think there's got to be a profile of the type of person who lets not hearing their song literally ruin their entire night. Why? Were they an only child? Did they grow up never hearing no? Like, what's going on there? It just seems not normal to me. Like, I've had people have full meltdowns.
Damn.
Yeah. It's crazy. I've never understood it.
I've been a drunk fuck and came up to a DJ before too. Hey, I don't get mad, upset, but I would come up, hey, play
And that's fine. And then I'm like, yeah, I got you.
It never comes on.
If it's a good request, sure,
Yeah.
I'm not like fully anti-request. There's been some requests where I'm like, oh, good idea, but it's just the way it's done. I'd say half people just say dumb stuff like the whole dance floor will be going off, hands in the air. And someone's like, nobody's dancing. Can you play, da-da-da. I'm like, are you blind? And if really nobody's dancing, I'll take requests. Why? I got nothing to lose. Just depends.
So more recently, you've been DJing how a total of what? 30 years, you said? About roughly almost 30 years?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, girl, you out here. That's a veteran.
Yeah.
Longevity. Make sure you give yourself that credit, because a lot of people don't stick with something that long, especially, like we said earlier, now it's not as much now, but a male-dominated field of work. But more recently, you've shifted. That's what caught my attention when you told me this. Fucking mind game. You shifted from, you still DJ, but now you do canine handling.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? I know what canine is. I know what handling is. I can guess, but you could tell us what it is.
Well, what I do is in detection work. So it's dogs that are trained to find certain things, whether it's explosives or narcotics or bed bugs or mold or firearms or, a million other things. And you are working with that dog to go find those things. So I started out in it because I adopted a Belgian Malinois, which is a working line dog, super high energy, drive, and I knew 100% what I was getting into when I got him, but I was just up for the challenge. So initially, I had him doing personal protection training, like bite work, because I was like, he's going to be my badass, like, protection dog. I wanted to have scary dog privilege.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. I just want to be able to walk at night with my dog and no one will mess with me. So he was doing that training. It got really expensive, and I started thinking, like, how can I incorporate him into my Airbnb business, which is another like side thing that I do. And I'm like, I could train him to detect bed bugs, because there's resorts like the Wynn in Vegas. They have a bed bug detection dog that lives on the property and searches the rooms. And there's pest control companies that use canines for detecting bed bugs. So I was like, perfect, right? He'll become part of my business. Like, I'll be able to expense all his training, and we can even like make income by offering his services. And I had like this whole plan. And it's really what I wanted to fulfill my dog. He needed a job, right? I'm like, I got the perfect job. It's a win-win for everybody. So as soon as I started kind of going online to look for a trainer to train him how to do this, because that's your first thought, right? I'll find a trainer who's going to train him how to detect bed bugs. I got, my algorithm was perfect. It popped up 2-week immersive detection dog training school. It was for trainers, and I wasn't a trainer, but I was like, So I went to Santa Rosa, California to do a 2-week immersive where they train trainers so that trainers can then go, do this. And I learned from step 0, like how to put a dog on odor, how to imprint them, how to do the whole thing. And then I came back to Vegas, spent about 3 months all summer training him in the garage, in the house, like doing different stuff. And he was so good. I was like, oh my God, he's finding it, right? I was just like blown away how incredible dogs can be. And it was like so fulfilling to know that I did that. So I got sucked in, like all the way down the rabbit hole of detection. Ended up teaming up with a pest control company in Vegas, Preventive Pest Control. They have a canine unit. And started working, we would go to calls at hospitals and health clinics and search for bed bugs. Then I got so into it, I went and did the same 2-week immersive class again, because I was like, the first time I was like drinking out of a fire hose, right? It was just so much information, and I didn't want to like admit to anyone that I was like brand new and knew nothing, because everyone was like police officers and all these like, people that knew stuff. So I just took in what I could. The second time I actually now had experience, and I like knew what I was talking about, and I could have conversations with people and learn like a deeper level. The first time I learned this is what you do. This is how you train a dog on odor. The second time I went, I learned the why. Like, this is why you do it this way. This is why, and that was essential. So I did another 2 weeks, and it was there that they were like, hey, we have an opportunity for you to be an explosives dog handler. We have a bomb dog that we want to live with you full time and bring you on to go work at events with one of our bomb dogs. So now I have a second dog living with me full time, and we go and work like trade shows, events, conventions, different things, searching for bombs. Yeah, it just like spiraled out of control. It started out because I just want to fulfill my dog, and now I'm a bomb dog handler. But I love it. Like, I never would have thought it's something I could do because I don't have any police military background. But I had all the experience, the training in the detection world, and then now I'm learning all the other aspects of like how to clear a room and the materials and the components of explosives and the tactical things, So yeah, it's fun.
Damn. So from a DJ to now walking around airports and conventions with a dog to find bombs. Not find, but detect if there is one. Mm-hmm. That is wild.
And you know what tripped me out? We just did the Moscone Convention Center in San Francisco, and I had just DJ'd there for Visa like a year ago, right? And the craziest mind trip is like I've been DJing these kinds of events at these venues for so long, and I'm used to just strolling in like, woo, gonna get the party started. I got all these songs. I just like not a care in the world. Just go like your talent. So I'm used to going into these venues as talent, and now I'm going in with like this whole different, like I'm looking at people different. I'm looking at assessing threats. I'm like, my whole mindset's just different. I got the dog, like and it's weird. I don't, it's hard to explain,
crazy.
But it's cool. Yeah. And the dog I have is like a little badass. He's really good.
How old was your Belgian when you adopted him?
5 months.
Oh, so it's a little puppy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah. I think the thing I love most about detection is it's just, you're probably similar. Like, we like to go down the rabbit hole of things. And detection is just like a nonstop. There's so many different rabbit holes, like, especially with all the different modalities, right? With bed bugs, it's like you've got to proof the dog off dead versus live bugs. And then different bugs smell different. If you order bed bugs online to train with, they're like raised in a laboratory, so they're not feeding off human blood, right? And then you have thug bugs. Thug bugs are like, hey, there is, a house that has bed bug, and I'll go in and actually collect bugs in vials from house because those bugs smell different. They're feeding off these people in Vegas with alcohol and tobacco in their system.
So you buy bed bugs?
Yes, you need to have a pest control license to do that. But for training, you need to train your dog.
And where do you put the bed bugs?
So I put them in a vial, and the vial's sealed with like a filter on top so that the smell can come out.
Okay.
And then I'll place them
in the house somewhere or wherever.
Hide them, and then run the
dog will and find them.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
And you can see he has an Instagram. It's the Bug Sniffer.
Yeah. And
all his training, I post all the videos of how I set the hides, where I place them, and then follow the dog, and all his training at the school that we did, and it's all on there.
That is crazy. What?
Oh yeah, because that's bed bugs, right? So there's all these different that's that whole rabbit hole, and then with explosives, you've got like 13. There's more than 13, but for certification, there's like 13 different odors for explosives that the dog has to know. This is like dynamite, TNT, potassium nitrate, like on and on and on.
Damn.
And there's just so much to it, like doing blank searches. So the dog learns that he doesn't always find something. They have to have, and there's just so many little nuances to it. The timing is crucial. Rewarding the dog, playing with the dog. There's all these just ways, the last thing I want to do is like mess up my dog. So yeah. And we train every week. There's no one and done. Like even with my bed bug dog, we're not, working because now I'm doing stuff with the bomb dog, but I still train him every week and put stuff out so that he can continue.
So you put bed bugs around your own house?
At Airbnbs.
Okay.
And there's a training group that I train with, and we'll do stuff at different places. It's ideal to keep finding new places. So a lot of places I'll go, be like, hey, I'll ask like, hey, do you think I could train my dogs here? And most people are cool with it. We do a lot of collaborative training. So like with highway patrol, that's my favorite part actually is, we'll do stuff with cops, right? And it's fun because like all my neighbors think that I'm like dealing drugs because they'll just surround my house with patrol cars and then bring dogs in like one by one. It couldn't look any more extreme. Like my house is getting raided. So we'll set hides in the house.
For their dogs?
Their dogs. So highway patrol's dogs are mostly narcotics.
Oh.
So we'll place the hides in, and then they'll bring dogs one by one to like search, and because they need to train every week.
Oh.
All the detection, they're all training every week. Yeah.
Okay, so with your dog, the bug sniffer, is he able to sniff out anything else, or is he strictly bug?
He's strictly bugs because it depends. If you could have like a dual purpose dog, right?
Yeah.
But you can't have two odors that exist in the same search area.
Gotcha.
So since bed bugs could technically be in the same search area as, say, like explosives, because you don't know what the dog's alerting to, right?
So do you think
human remains, like search and rescue, those dogs are searching for. You could probably dual purpose human remains with explosives because if you're searching like in here, you're probably not going to find like a dead body.
Fucking hope not. Shit.
And then dogs that do scent work for sport, they're searching for like clove and lavender. That whole world is a thing of its own. Those dogs, you can't really, because now they're going to alert clove, lavender, those kinds of smells are everywhere. So you wouldn't really dual purpose a dog that has already been imprinted on those things.
This is so interesting.
Yeah. So Tommy will stay bed bugs.
Okay, and wow. So, for example, your bed bug dog, if you put him into a house with narcotics to tell him to go find him, he wouldn't really know.
If told him to find what, bed bugs?
Narcotics.
No, he's never been imprinted on. So it might be just kind of like a novel smell to him, but he should not alert on anything other than bed bugs.
What does he do when he alerts?
he sits and stares at it or lays down and stares at it.
And that's your cue, like, okay, we got bugs. We got the bed bugs here.
Yeah.
Damn. You know what? You can use that. I don't know if you thought about it, but if with your partner or somebody, when you're going to their or friend's house, let me bring my dog first.
Oh, I do.
And like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Because you never know. You sit in their fucking couch at your friend's house, and all of a sudden you bring them home to your house.
I've had friends call me, or other Airbnb hosts call me, and I'm like, yeah, I'll bring Tommy over. Like, no big deal. Because it's all good training for him. And he needs to work. Ideally, like, the more he works, the better.
Have you thought about collaborating on a bigger scale with the Airbnb people?
Yeah, so before
like
I got hired full time with the bomb dog, and so I don't have time to be. But right before I got hired, I was like totally cultivating this whole plan of like having him go do Airbnbs. But I just don't have to. So now his bed bug work is mostly like extracurricular.
Oh, okay. Damn, that's so cool.
Yeah.
And you're able to train other dogs to do bed bug or other smells.
I could, yeah.
Really?
But I don't.
Does it matter what kind of dog, or has to be a specific kind of dog?
Has to be a dog that has drive and likes to hunt.
So certain breeds, then I'm guessing.
Should be like toy driven or food driven, like really toy or food driven. Yeah, those. They have to be environmentally sound. Like if they kind of get sketched out by things, probably not going to work, because they have to be able to kind of search independently.
Yeah.
So the more that your dog is like reliant on you, the less likely maybe they're going to go, You want them. It's funny because Pyro is the name of my bomb dog, and he does not care about me at all. And that's kind of what you want when they're searching is like, you don't want them like relying on you for the answer. And he just like goes and doesn't look back.
Has it been hard for you to go from what you were doing for so long, 30 years, to now kind of shifting to something different? Or is it?
It was actually, it's funny because when you get good at something, you get really comfortable. I can walk into a venue and I'm like, I know what to do. I know how to make the crowd, I'm very like confident. And with detection, especially at school, being like the newbie, you have to like go back to like sucking at something again and making dumb mistakes and being embarrassed and all that. So there's a lot of that like learning curve of being like bad at something again. Because when you've been doing something you've been doing it so long, you don't really like have those like, oh, like you go to bed at night, like just like, God, I really messed up today, Sometimes, but I feel it like hard going through school.
Damn, good for you.
And you have this other living being, so it's like a team effort. Even if I feel like it's never just like he did good or I did good. It's a collaborative effort, and we have to rely on each other too. So, yeah, it's interesting. The most interesting part is like bonding with a dog that's like your coworker. Right? That like I didn't raise him.
Like Family Guy.
He kind of just got like handed to me. And it took like a solid 3 months for him to actually like care about me or my feelings or who I am. Like he would just get in my yard and he'd just run away from me, never come back.
Damn.
In the yard, right? Like, and I'd have to kind of bribe him with treats and things like that. But he just really, now he comes and checks in and sits and wants to get pet. And that was just a really interesting process of bonding with the dog that you're working with.
Do you think, so I know you say you still DJ now, but more corporate events and it's more like, not much volume. Do you think you'll ever kind of stop completely?
Probably at some point, yeah. What I like about working canine is compared to DJing is I don't have to like get up in front of a crowd and get dolled up, and it's DJing is like a very stage like performance kind of thing, so it's fun to get dressed up, I guess, sometimes, but ultimately like the way I really am is kind of more of a tomboy, and I don't really want to be like the center of attention all the time. I'd kind of rather be behind the leash, let the dog do his thing, and not have to be up on a stage in front of like thousands of people all the time.
Just low key.
So the two are kind of the perfect balance though. Because I still have fun DJing and getting up and rocking crowds, but I can kind of have both, where the dog can be like the star. And then, I can do both. So it's a good balance.
Damn.
Yeah.
What a life you've lived. What do you think is next for you as far as the K9 work or even the DJ work? What do you see going down in the future? Any plans?
Well, I'm probably stuck with this dog until he retires because I'm attached now.
The sniffer or the bomb or the pyro?
Pyro is the bomb dog. He's the company dog. So if
Okay.
I stop working for them, then they take their dog back. And I'm like, in K9, they must have the best employee retention ever because nobody's just like going to want to give up their dog. And he's young. He's only like a year and a half.
Oh yeah, you in it.
So I'm like probably going to be in it for a while because I love him.
Oh.
And then my dog, is my personal dog. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
But the two of them are like besties.
Really?
They run around and my Malinois so gentle with them and they just play. It's great. They're
is the
best.
Malinois very not very, but is he protective?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah. If he hears something, he like lights up in the house. It's great. And there's no false alarms. Like if he lights up in the middle of the night, I'm grabbing my gun. I mean, because he would. I mean, why
I know, but I
would?
didn't expect you to say you grabbed the pistol. Damn, I know.
Yeah.
Shit,
Yeah.
you don't fuck around.
I'm gonna stand my ground.
Oh, okay, Florida. Damn. Wow. Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, he's good. Very good. The other one, Pyro will just get in the way. Pyro doesn't bark at all. So luckily I have Tommy because they're like, yeah.
Tommy's friendly though. Like if you're out walking him or at a park, can you allow him to go without a leash?
If I'm playing with him, like if I have a toy out and I'm playing with a toy, yeah.
With other people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So like if you're walking him, you can leave him off the leash. People are walking by, it's all good.
Yeah, he's trained to ignore them though.
Really?
Yeah, because the last thing I want is him like going up to people. So we do a lot of like public access training, going into like casinos, the mall, wherever.
Oh.
And that's why when people ask to pet, I'm like, sorry, he's training because he is friendly. And what I don't want is for people to make eye contact with him and then him to just go to them. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Kind of like service dogs, right? That's why people want them to pet them because they're working.
Yeah. And if they get used to like being able to get pet, it depends on the dog. Like it depends on the handler too. Same thing with like the, the canine handlers. Like it's their discretion. But if the dog, in my opinion, like for Pyro, no, as soon as someone's like, oh, he like runs to them. So I'm trying to, I don't want that to get worse. I actually want to like stop it. And I want to be able to give him a command that it's okay to go get pet. But I don't want him to just run to go get pet,
Damn.
Yeah.
With your DJ career, I'm sure it's been with that kind of lifestyle, right? Like out late, drinking, partying.
So opposite of now.
Yeah, right?
Now I'm up early.
But it's crazy.
Morning.
It's probably just it's the phase of life right there, right? Because you were younger and, more, I'm not saying you don't have less energy now, but just different part of life to where now it's like this job fits way perfect for where you're at in life. It's like laid back, chill, you get to be with your dog.
Yeah.
I'm curious and nosy, I guess I'll say. How was the dating life then? Were you able to, or how is it? Because
it was tough because I was literally traveling and on the road for like 15 years straight.
Damn.
I don't know if you read this, but there was a reality show that I was on.
You on a reality show?
It was VH1's Master of the Mix. And that was like a trip. It was like traumatizing, honestly.
What was the gist of it?
We started with like 30 DJs competing for like, the title Master of the Mix. And you had a panel of judges with like Kid Capri, and they had guests there, like Lil Jon guest judges.
Oh, nice.
And every week you'd have a challenge. So it'd be like, this week is like Miami bass. And so we'd have 4 hours to put together something we're going to perform on national television. and then be decided if we're going to go home that night. And every night you had like someone got disqualified. It was so stressful. Like, it was the most nerve-wracking thing I've ever done in my life. Like, I'd be like shaking.
Damn.
Like, they make you wait outside of the studio to go in. And there's a live studio audience too, and they're like real people that they just pulled off the street in Miami. So they tried, some people just want to like mess with you by like, instead of dancing, they just like stare at you to try and get in your head. But yeah, I'd stand outside of the studio waiting for my turn, and I would just like whole body like shaking. But you get on, and once you get going, like adrenaline takes over, you do your thing. But that every night for like 6 weeks was just, and then there was drama between cast members and other DJs like talking shit, or them thinking I was talking shit. And yeah.
How far did you get?
Top 6.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Tina Turnbull.
It was, I remember when Lil Jon came as a guest, we had been friends for a while, so it was nice to have like this outside person. And I just like I was like, let's go outside. And like, where there's no cameras, took my mic off and like broke down in tears on his shoulder.
Oh.
It was a lot. Yeah. But my point is that after that show, because it was national television,
Yeah.
A series that people were watching, and I feel like anyone that's on TV, people want to like get a picture with them.
Yeah.
And so I rode that wave in the club for years. And I'd get done DJing, and there'd just be like a line of people at the DJ booth, which I love. Like, I'm like, I'll take a picture with every single last person. Like, I'm all about it. But a lot of clubs were like booking me after that. And so I was doing heavy traveling for a while, but it was fun at that time. I just wouldn't want to do it now. You know, it's too much. The lifestyle. I was literally like DJing at a different club like 5 nights a week, flying every day.
Damn.
Yeah. And international. This is good.
You've done the damn thing with DJing. I dated a DJ once.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Why do you do the whole... What was all that?
Don't.
Do you need to explain something?
No, I don't.
Do you need to get something off your chest?
Don't put more into it than what it was. That was just a deep sigh to release some oxygen out of my lungs.
No, it was a lot more than that. Everybody heard it and saw it.
There was nothing there.
Okay. Come on, I thought we were getting real.
Yeah, get real. Well, there's nothing there. It was dated for a few months. That was it. Didn't work out. Went our separate ways.
Okay.
I mean, nothing more, nothing less. Yeah.
So I have questions.
Oh, what's up?
So like, as a fitness trainer, there's the stereotype that like all the male fitness trainers are just like hooking up with their clients. Do you feel like that's true?
Yeah.
Well, do you ever try to, work on like the professionalism of wanting to like not be that guy?
I do, and I practice that.
You do?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Do you feel like it would really negatively impact?
100%.
Because people will talk about it, right?
Yes.
Girls will be like, "Oh, that trainer tried to hook up with me."
Yes, because I don't do it. I keep that boundary, no matter how fine the person is or whatever. I've just working for myself as a fitness coach has helped me and challenged me to grow just as a man, maturity wise, especially being able to control that kind of, I don't know the word, that control your horny, I guess I'll call it, to where every attractive woman doesn't need to be approached or be flirted with or anything. It's okay for them to just be a client or just be a friend. And I knew what you just said, like it's small community of fitness. Any industry, I'm sure when you became a DJ, you hear something about somebody, it goes around quick. And I train majority women in my training business. The last thing I want is their husband, their spouse, or whoever to feel uncomfortable with their woman with me. Because it can be an issue for a man. Like she's going to another man 2 times a week, you know, regardless if they're confident in themselves or not, it still could be a thing. So I do my best to keep it as far. I don't want you even thinking.
Just say you're gay.
I've had people think that, dude. I had a girl come train and think that. I was like, all right, that's your thought process. One person, when I told her I was single and all that, she thought that because she was like, you're around all these attractive women with their crop top, this and that. I'm like,
why does she care?
She probably was interested and was curious why it wasn't. I'm like, dude, it's a business. Like, there's attractive women everywhere. There always will be. I'm just not. It doesn't faze me no more. But I've heard stories of other trainers that's their MO. I've had women who come train with me because their trainer, whatever. And like I said, small, especially Vegas or in just fitness in general. Word gets around, and I just don't want that stigma around me because you don't know what opportunities could come.
Yeah.
And you get the opportunity, the wrong person hears about it, and now the opportunity's gone. So yeah, it happens for sure.
You know, forever when I was coming up as a DJ, pretty much all the way until like really like the last like 10 years, I was very adamant about not dating other DJs because going back to that whole sexist mentality is like people would just, I never wanted people to assume like, oh, she only got that DJ gig because she's screwing so-and-so. Because that's what people do when they want to hate on you. They're like, oh, she got that because she's screwing, you know, that's just what women are going to get. So I was really adamant about not ever giving anyone that ammo. And then now with canine work, honestly, I feel kind of the same way. Like it's a really small world and I don't want to, I want to like be my own person, not, oh, that girl that's dating so-and-so, you know? So I think being a woman in male-dominated industries, it's, you kind of get, if you start dating within your industry, you kind of get tagged to that person, and I don't want that. But that being said, I don't know. It's, yeah.
It's going to be hard because with whichever field of work you're in, I don't know the statistics, but it's a high likely chance you're going to date somebody within that same field because of what you're around, proximity-wise.
Yeah.
Right? Especially with any kind of field you work you're in. If you're there a majority of your time, you're going to start seeing the people who are in that kind of same line of work. You get to know them, hit it off, unless you're randomly at Trader Joe's or a farmer's market and you meet somebody there. But it's proximity. It's how kind of you find your friends. That's how you find people, your tribe. So it's kind of hard for some industries to not get into that with somebody in your industry. But hey, if you do get somebody in your industry, or if you have somebody, both like dogs, let's go train with each other.
It's nice to have people that understand. Like,
there you go.
Know, in whatever. But there's pros and cons. Yeah. It was different later in my DJ career when I felt like I had established myself. I didn't worry as much about it. You know what I mean?
Did you ever have a situation where you felt like the guy or men wanted to date you because of where you were as a DJ?
No.
No? Oh.
Maybe people thought it was cool. Like if they weren't a DJ, maybe they're like, oh, it's cool. But
dating a DJ.
I never really felt that way. Honestly, like my whole career, I've been like so locked in that dating and everything was like the last priority, you know?
How is it now?
Now I'm like in a really good place. Yeah. I'm happy. I have someone that makes me feel safe, and we keep everything, you know, very private because social media, we all know the couples
until you post it, we're not believing
it.
That's how they act.
It's just crazy. Feel like privacy. I value privacy now more than ever.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm just very selective about what I put out there, and I think relationships and stuff is better for me to be private.
I remember one time, this is 3 years ago, I was dating this girl. Not even dating, we're kind of just seeing things, and the discussion came up, and I was like, I'm very private. I'm not posting anything, not purposely trying to hide, but it's just not part of my life I share, and she was not with it. She was one of those people who wanted to share every single thing in person, and I'm like...
Well, that's because, like, people always say, like, oh, if he's not sharing you on his social media,
that's so
then
stupid.
He's keeping you a secret, or he's probably seeing someone else, or he's married.
Secret family.
Could be, though.
It could be, but still, it's like, it sucks that social media's gotten to that point where you have to post your personal person and this and that, or else it's not real, or else people are crazy, dude.
You know, you like a good show, a good series. On Hulu, there's a series called Betrayal. Oh, it's so good. It's like husbands living like secret lives that are crazy.
This is the one with the guy who had the camera, right?
That's one.
One of this episodes. It was based off a podcast.
I actually started listening to the podcast.
You know it's a real good show?
What? Oh, no. Smoke? No.
Have you seen it?
After every single class at Orange Theory, you're like, and if anybody's looking for a good show.
If they had an arson smelling dog, They wouldn't deal with that shit. And it's based out of where you're from, Seattle. So whatever y'all got going down out there, fucking Macklemore and all that shit, we need to shut that down.
I'll check it out.
Best rap album. I can't believe that. Still to this day.
Did he have that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's the big.
Good for him.
No, it's just.
Why are you hating?
It wasn't. That's not rap.
What do you think should have been?
Kendrick Lamar.
That wasn't even in the same.
It was Good Kid, Mad City, and Jay-Z. But the people decide what is.
Hey, don't hate. Congratulate.
Okay, Miss Seattle. Anything you want to touch on we haven't talked about yet, Tina? Share your deepest, darkest secret. What's your deepest trauma?
Well, recently, December 14th, I got in a car accident, like a bad one. That was pretty traumatic.
How bad? Like a car flipped and.
Like I went to the emergency room, like I was in a wheelchair for a while. Like like it was pretty bad.
Wow.
And Tommy was actually in the car with me.
Oh no.
Luckily, he was in his crate. So my dogs are always in the car in crates, and like that saves them. Like if he wasn't in a crate, he would gone through the windshield. Like the impact was so strong. But airbags went off. I had my seatbelt on. They had the jaws of life out for the other car. Like it was pretty bad. And it was hard to drive after it. It was just like the physical stuff was bad. I was bedridden for a while, couldn't walk. But then once I healed, it was the psychological stuff that really like stuck with me that I wasn't prepared for. Just panic attacks driving.
Still now?
It's slowly gotten better and better. For like 4 months, I was just having like insomnia, like couldn't sleep till like 4 or 5 in the morning. It was just weird things after that kind of lingered. Now I have a scar on my calf that I might get like worked on, but there's a lawsuit because the other driver was 100% at fault. Just doing.
You already have a lawyer?
I do have a lawyer.
Damn,
so there's a whole
I knew one that was real good. Thought I got you.
Oh, it's in class.
Yeah, she's real good.
Well,
anything happens, changes. Let me know. I'll connect you. I connect people.
So that was probably the most traumatic. I've never been in such a bad car accident before.
That's the most traumatic thing that's ever happened in your life?
I mean, I'm thinking of some other things, but I'm also thinking like I really don't want to bore you with those stories.
Oh, please don't. Unless it's gonna help somebody.
Tricky.
Do you get what I'm saying? Not that you got pushed down by a fucking Cody in 3rd grade, but sometimes some of our traumatic stories, somebody else went through the same thing, and it can help them feel like, oh wow. You don't have to.
No, I think that was probably the worst thing for me.
Anything coming up for you? End of October or end of the rest of the year?
Got some events with Pyro. We're going to San Francisco again, and we're doing a convention in Las Vegas.
Oh.
Tommy, my bedbug dog, is actually going to be competing in a canine trial, which is a big competition.
Nice.
And there's a local nonprofit, ICRWA, International Casino Resorts Working Dog Association.
Wow, you're good.
I think I got it right. Shout out to them. They put on these canine trials, and Tommy competes in the bedbug division. But it's all, police, security, hotel, resort, working dogs, detection dogs. And they have all the categories of explosives, firearms, mold, bed bugs, patrol, protection. And so it's just this big, like, fun, everyone from all over the country, too. So Tommy, I have to really make sure my personal dog still, he can't just be, like, thrown to the wayside. So it's like there's definitely some guilt that happens, when I'm doing all this work with the new dog. And then I'm like, oh, like, Tommy needs to work, too. So.
All right. Well, Tina, I appreciate you coming on here, shedding some light about the DJ world, also the canine handler world, which is very interesting, I think. I'm excited to see what else you bring to the world. What is a quote you live by and why?
There's I mentioned DJ AM earlier. He had a quote that was actually from his mom that he said, Find something you love to do so much that you'll do it for free. Then find someone to pay you for it. And that's pretty much what I've lived by. Like every single thing. DJ'd for free more than half those years, you know, maybe not half, but like in my bedroom doing stuff because you love it. And I think when you do things just for the money, you're probably going to end up quitting because it's not fun and you don't enjoy it. You're just after the money. So the canine work, same thing. Like, just love it, do it for free. And I'm just really lucky that someone hired me and is paying me, but I would have continued doing it for free forever. So that's kind of my MO as far as how I go after and choose my different like passions and jobs and things so that they don't feel like a job, you know, you're pursuing a passion and you get paid for it.
That's beautifully said. I 100% agree. Well, thank you, Tina. I will tag your Instagram, your bug sniffer Instagram.
Pyro has one too. It's the bomb sniffer.
Oh, then I'll put them all on the description of this podcast. And then if you have anything else coming up, links for your website or anything, I'll add those also. Thank you for making the time today, Tina.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Before I give you your favorite part, the word, I got two things I want to let you know. Sunday, October 26th, Pilates in Pink breast cancer event here in Las Vegas at the Uncommons on the rooftop. Matt Pilates led by Jackie Harris, raising money for the Las Vegas breast cancer warriors. I'll have the link so you can donate or sign up in the description of this podcast. Sunday, October 26th, 12 to 2 p.m. What else did I have? Oh, Sober October Wellness Series. Every Wednesday, the month of October, I'll be hosting a free 30-minute Zoom call. You can sign up for that in the link of this podcast also. Each week giving you a new tool to help you continue on your journey of sobriety. So check it out. And then I'm going to leave you with the word. Do not focus who's not showing up. Just make sure you continue to show up for yourself. You got to be willing to be your number one fan at all times. If you do that and be authentic, your crowd, your tribe, they will find you. They'll support you. 2 words. Dog sniffer. Bug sniffer. Yeah. Keep growing.